Hi there everyone, Musical Aviator here. Been a while since we've been here. Barton sighting right next to the Nullarbor Plain railway line right there. For some reason I have an A330 that's popped in. Great. Today is a pretty simple flight. We'll take off from here and head up to Coober Pedy. No stops in the meanwhile, just a straight on takeoff and fly there. Looking at our flight plan, here we are at Barton sighting. You can see the railway itself, which is forming the edge of the restricted zones, R222J. So just have a look at what these R222 are. It's a restricted zone from surface unlimited, which means it extends all the way up into space. It's run by the Air Force, RCO at Woomera, military flying and non-flying. I see here an Aviation State Engagement Forum, South Australia, Southern Launch rocket launching. TSRA to propose mitigate residual airspace risk remaining after the application of other mitigation strategies in 2020. Basically, these areas sometimes get rockets launched from Woomera, and they'll head out to the north of the Nullarbor Railway. To check if we can fly in this area, you go into NAIPS, NAIPS, and check the area restricted briefing. We have R222I and R222J showing green. Airspace is deactivated, which means we can fly there. So that's that. As far as charts in Barton sighting, there's one runway, there's no taxiways. Oh, there's Ryan and Infinite Flight. So yeah, no runways, no taxiways, it's just this dirt runway here. We'll taxi in to backtrack it and then take off. It's east to west, so 0127, and there's no equipment on the runway. No electronics, no NDB, no AWIS. So to get any kind of weather, we're going to pick up the weather in Coober Pedy, which I think is actually the closest location to where we are with weather, possibly Sagina, but we're going to Coober Pedy, so I might as well pick it up from there. We'll ring the AWIS before we get on board, so I know what's going on with the weather. And 08.
Automated Weather Information Service, Coober Pedy Airport. Time 0202 Zulu. Wind 100 degrees magnetic at 12 knots. Visibility 25 kilometers. Clouds scattered 4,100 feet. Broken 5,500 feet. Temperature 22. Dew point 12. QNH 1024 hectopascals. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
So Coober Pedy, we have wind 100 at 12 knots, that's from the east, so I'll obviously be using runway 09 here, and at Coober Pedy it'll be 04. Cloud at 4,100, so I've planned 3,500, that should be fine, that'll be 600 feet below the clouds. If we do need to drop below that, 2,500, actually below 3,000 we can be at any altitude we need to be, so even 3,100 feet would be perfectly acceptable. 22 degrees Celsius and QNH 1024. Quick look about the aircraft, making sure that everything is okay. Obviously we've been here for like 2 months. Man, it's been an interesting 2 months. Come out of lockdown, doing lots of Swordcraft events, lots of trumpet stuff. It's been, yeah, it's been great actually. coming out of lockdown and just bursting back to life. I've had barely any time to do this, which, let's be honest, I haven't missed that much. Flying around on Vatsim on Unicom. Yeah. Let's talk about getting out of this airfield. Yeah, I saw that C-130 with no... Basically, Captain Sim don't even bother buying stuff from them anymore. I mean, even when they give us... yeah, I was about to say, the CTAF is the same as Coober Pedy, so all the places in this area have the same CTAF. Jacinth Ambrosia, Barton Siding, Windberg. And this one here, which I can barely pronounce, Mulgathing. Mulgathing? Okay, interesting. But yeah, all of that stuff's all the same CTAF. It's 1267. And since we're flying outside controlled airspace, we can do the whole thing. So yeah, Captain Sim, just don't bother buying stuff from them. Even when they're on sale and it's like buy all of our products for $5. That's $5 that you could use to do anything else with, you know, give to a homeless person. I'm sure that'll be more useful than buying Captain Sim stuff. Anyway, let's jump on board. There's not much to do with externals on this sim yet. Would it be nice to have those, remember the wonderful, what they call it, air-to-air, A2A simulation walk-around, where you get to do the fuel drain and all that kind of fun? No such luck with these. That's alright. Just going to make sure my parking brake is set. Which one's set and which one's off? That's in and that's out. Cool. Alrighty. Infinite Flight, can you potentially move first? Because your aircraft's coming up as an A330 for some reason on my sim. Don't know why. Are you a Cessna 310? Anyway, there's the battery, there's the alternator. Ice protection off, pitot heat is off, nav lights and landing lights were on. We're going to turn on the navs but leave the rest of it off. And there we go, cool. Power set to 0. Let's turn her on. HRS is aligning. Get the avionics in. You're meant to be an SR22 just like me. That's very strange. Obviously I'll need to work on my model matching a bit more. I saw in Cessna 310 a C310 show up as an A310, which was hilarious. It's like, yeah, you got the 310 bit right, but that's a C, not an A. I can do a direct 2 on this one. It's direct to Coober Pedy. The letter Y to start with. C, B, and P. Coober Pedy. Activate. There we go. Pop the range out. Beautiful. Alright, after we take off, we take up a heading of 047, and in 8 minutes we'll be overhead the Axe Head Lake. Axe Head Lake. Cool, pitot heat is off. Just going to pick up the CTAF, which was 1267. Sorted. And let's start some engines. Strobe light is in. We only have strobes on this aircraft. There's no rotating beacon, so it's either strobes or nothing. Clear prop. There's the mixture. Go onto the fuel pump. Engine's running. Give it 1000 RPM roughly. Feel like I want a little more engine sound out of this. There we go. And take the pumps off. This aircraft hasn't moved in a while, and obviously we've only got the amount of fuel that we came here with. There's no fuel at this location. Fuel flow looking good. Oil is sitting into the green range on the pressure, and the temperature's coming up nicely. Our rotation speed will be 70 knots. We need one set of flaps for this because we've got a dirt runway. So I'll go 50% of that, which is a maximum speed of 119. We've suggested that we'll climb to, what was it, 3,500 feet. QNH 1024 as per the AWIS that we took before. $3,500 feet is set. Yeah, if you can depart first, that'd be great. Go for it. And I'll follow up behind. Won't be too long since we've got our stuff going already. $267 is set. Yeah, I just want to backtrack into where you are now. Otherwise I've only got like half the runway. Pitot heat. That's set. Going to turn that on. We still at 1000 RPM? We are directly at 1000. Beautiful. Alright, I'll do the run-ups in situ. Wait for infinite flight to go. So to do that we'll need parking brake set. $1,800 RPM. Sorted. Magnetos to the left. Nice little bit of a drop there. And magnetos to the right. Also good. And it's a Cirrus, so we don't have a prop variability, so we'll come down to that. I mean, it does have a fixed pitch. It doesn't have a fixed pitch prop. This is a variable prop, but it's run by a Saitek, so we don't actually get to touch that. All good. Looking up the top here, we have the caps. It is closed. My heading is showing
traffic, Tango, Kilo, Golf.
It's at 10 degrees from north.
Rolling runway 10
set.
Straight departure. Barton sliding.
Gonna set up the heading, and that should be the heading of 047. Yep, 047. Cool. Hi there, JB. That's an interesting sight. Let the dust clouds clear behind him. There it is. Turned him into an A330. Barton silent traffic. Whiskey Juliet Bravo is an SR22 entering to backtrack runway 09. Alright, let's move out. All the lights are good to go. Turn on the landing light as well, why not? Turn her around. Yeah, the PMDG 737 in Microsoft Flight Sim looks like it's going to be coming out pretty darn soon. I wouldn't be surprised if it's this month. Yeah, can't wait to get my hands on it, which of course I'll have to do by buying it at the same time as everyone else does, but we're going to start flying this simulator a bit more now that that's out. Still waiting on Melbourne. Barton sighting traffic. Whiskey Juliet Bravo is departing runway 09, departure to the Coober Pedy. Full power as we go past the runway here onto our left. 70 knots. .90 knots, flaps coming up. So there's the Nullarbor Plain Railway, or the Indian Pacific, whatever you might want to call it. And off to Coober Pedy we go. Barton sighting right on the edge of the desert there. Okay, flight director is in. Gonna go on to altitude and autopilot. Current time is 20. Time was 18 when we took off. 26 at the Axe Head Lake. $34, and we'll work the rest out once we're at Axe Head Lake. That is a cloud. That is a rather low cloud that I'd like to get below. Gonna go through that little gap there underneath. I believe the minimum altitude here is 1,700. Just double check that on the map. Barton sighting. It's actually 2,500. 2,200 once we get inside that area. So 2.5 it'll be. Yeah, 2.2. Make it 2,200. We'll stick to the minimum altitudes here. Autopilot in command, we'll take IAS. And come back up to power. We should be accelerating down to about 160 knots. Okay, max power is 96. Set about 80. And leaning out the mixture now. Checking that EGT, it's still climbing. $1170, 71, and then a little bit lean of peak. There we go. Gives us 165 knots. Time for 26. I believe that's the Axe Head Lake right there. Going to adjust our speed because it's clearly 165 now. That's our lake over there. Yep, there's the axe's handle, and that's the lake at the top. So we're a little bit off to the right, of course. I'm going to adjust a little bit to the left. And there's a new heading there of 041. Make it a bit more than that. Yep, that's the handle, that's the lake head there. I'd say a little bit longer getting to the top of the lake than we planned on, by about 1 minute. That's because we went at 165 knots for the whole thing. We're climbing, then descending, and then we're about 140 for a while before we accelerated to make some sense. Okay, I'm going to call that at the lake. Maybe a few more seconds. Yep, default trees. Cool, we're in the middle. Going to head 041. And it's time 28. So we're going to adjust everything by 2 minutes. Time 28 and 36. Make the next one 43. And 47. So the next position, the R222222I. I believe there's a lake there as well. Lake Anthony, apparently. Looking across Lake Anthony at 36 minutes past, so that's 6 minutes from now, 7 even. Pretty sure I can see it on the horizon there. I was about to say we could probably climb, but looking over there, no, it's not. It's got along at our minimum safe altitude for now. 2,200. So the big blue box, I believe, is a restricted area, which we're inside, but it's not active currently. So no space rockets or missiles flying around. We're good. Not a particularly long flight today. Should only be 54 minutes, so just under the hour. Yeah, take it 1 hour at a time, it should be fine. Next flight after this will be to William Creek, and then we'll do the biggest lake in Australia not long after. Apparently someone's put out a modification freeware that changes all the lakes in Australia into lakes that are more dry. That said, we've had some flooding in Australia recently, so still getting little whiffs of cloud stuff floating around our level. Fortunately, it's not particularly heavy, so we'll keep on flying straight through them. According to flight plan, we should be on the eastern side of these lakes, threading straight through that gap there. The 5° east line there. Yep, we're in the 5 degree, that's fine. Okay, that's the lake. That's time 36. We are where we're expected to be. Next position is challenge of mine. Alright, cool. Time 43, heading is 045. Lake Anthony. My name is Sour. Hello, hope you're well. And Buck. Yep, 737 coming up probably before the end of the month, I'd imagine. Or at least very early next month. Looks great. Can't wait to fly it. Alright, 43 minutes, so in about 5 minutes from now we should be over the mine. As new 717 for X-Plane. That sounds fun. It's like a mini MD-11. I'd imagine that's payware. I believe that's the mine site we're looking for. Head in its general direction. After challenge of mine, we've got Ross, RSS. Which I believe is a lake. Dry lake, but you know, thing that once had water in it. Sometime in the last 1,000 years. So tonight I'm working 3 PM to 11 PM, and then I work 9 to 5 tomorrow, which means between the hours of 11 and about 5:56 AM I get to sleep for a maximum of 7 hours. I already feel tired. Anyway, that's the Challenger gold mine right there. And a little airfield next to it. I'm working from home for the late shift, and I'm working in the office for the not late shift. So it's like work from home till 11 PM and then be in the office at 9. Yeah, it's a bit rough. Okay, that was Challenger. And the next one should be a Ross at 47. Next one will be 55, then 05, 11, 14. Estimating Coober Pedy at time 14. I guess it's my own damn fault, because I asked specifically to be that 9 to 5 shift on Friday, but I didn't make any requests for the rest of the week, so they could fill in whatever they needed me on for today. So I got the late shift and then immediately the normal working hours shift after it. Haha. Yep, I did, and I sent one as well. I clicked it twice. Right then. More desert. There's lots of this in our future. We're in land for quite a lot of this section of the Round Australia flight. Coober Pedy, William Creek, Unadilla, Alice Springs, Ayers Rock. Desert. Yep, we finished the Round Australia in P3D. Did that in 2021. This is lap 2 going backwards, the same route almost, although there's a few more airports in FS 2020 that didn't exist in P3D. So the one that we just came out of, for instance, Barton sighting, that doesn't exist in P3D at all, which is why I went there. It's like, hey, there's a thing. Should be near the Ross. I think that's it over there. Yeah, that. So that's marked as a lake. That thing there. Probably hasn't had any water in it for 1,000 years or so. But there you go. Dry lake bed. Next one is Little Lake at time 55 on a heading of 043. Okay, still expect to be there at that time 1-4. And what's our distance? More than 50 miles to go. Yeah, I've pretty much got the same. Brisbane, Sydney. I've got a couple of over in America as well. Probably end up getting more and more stuff from Microsoft Flight Sim now that we have a PNG. Well, once we do have it. Okay, coming into Coober, oh no, we keep the same. It's 2,200, so we can just stay here all day. Indeed. Why buy P3D stuff if you're never going to use it again? I might use it again. I mean, the 737's good, but you know, sometimes you want something a bit bigger than the 73. I'm guessing at some point we'll end up with A330 and 747 and 777 over there. At that point, it's pretty much, yep, we're fully over. Dash 8. So yeah, I need the Dash 8, I need the MD-80, I need the 73777-4, and at least 2 Airbuses, 320 and 330. Once we have all of them in the sim, P3D is pretty much gone. You think 777 and 73 is enough? I like my Airbuses, so yeah, I want an A320. I know there's the Phoenix Simulations one coming out soon, so at least there's one on the way. And I really want a Dash 8, or something that's turboprop. Doesn't have to be a Dash 8, but you know, Dash 8, Saab, ATR, any of those. As soon as we get one of those, yeah, P3D is dead. Not dead yet, but it will be dead one day. And probably within 2 years or so. Time 52. Yep, Aerosoft reckon they've got their A330 coming along, which is good. I like their A330. It's a very nice A330. The A320 was a bit trash, but you know, whatever. Phoenix will come along. Yeah, if they port their 330 over, good stuff. Hopefully their 350 that they've just announced is starting work on won't be trash. Yeah, Flight Sim Labs aren't coming to the Microsoft Flight Sim party. Their loss. Why are we so far off rudder trim? There we go. Center the rudder. Who knows what PNG will do? All I know is that it'll take a lot of time. 2 years per product. That's my guess. So 737 in a month or so. 777 in a year or two. 747 in a year or two. And then who knows what they'll do after that. But by then it'll be 2026 and, you know, we will all forget that we ever had this conversation. There's Little Lake. Scene. And we're 1 minute out from crossing our waypoint, which is abeam the lake. Makes sense to me. Time 55 is when we cross Little. CPDSI. What is that standing for? It made sense when I made it. Oh, I think it's like a visual waypoint that's roughly where the RNAV is for Coober Pedy. CPD has to be Coober Pedy, and SI is like the initial point of the GPS approach. Anyway, there's a little lake. I'm skeptical that it would have that much water in it right now, but you never know. Still 40 miles out. Might have a heading change at the moment. Not really. It's fine. Keep trucking on. 10 minutes and we should be crossing CPD SI. Apparently there's one of these landing spots for the Royal Flying Doctor Service up here as well. So if you see any dirt road that turns suddenly bitumen with a thing that looks like a runway on it, then you can apparently land a plane there. What's the wind doing? Oh, that's right, this one doesn't have the wind drift thing. Look for your A330, yeah. Yeah, RFDS certainly do put planes in very strange places at times. Hello Stephen, good to see you. Been a while. Okay, 5 minutes out from CPDSD. And from then, we're very close to the 10-mile mark. Of course, at 10 miles, we need to make our inbound call. The CTAF is 126.7, which is already set. Time to review the chart while we have a chance. The altitude of the airfield is 700 feet. Call it 750. So obviously the circuit altitude is 1,700. And the overflight altitude of the airfield is the altitude we're at right now, and I suspect that's not an accident. There's a reason that this is the minimum safe altitude, and that's because it's 500 feet above the circuit altitude of all the airfields around here. That makes a lot of sense. It's almost like they designed the airspace that way. Haha. There's a road. reckon the RFDS site is just over there. No, it's there, directly in front of us. So yeah, if you're a flying doctor service aircraft, you can land on this stretch of road right here next to that intersection. Imagine landing a plane right there. That'd be interesting. I guess the road's pretty straight there. Can't imagine doing it though. Or was I one early? Might have been. Yeah, we were. We're only 2 minutes. We're still 3 minutes away from that location, so it's probably this one rather than the one that's behind us. Yeah, there's a lot of trees back there. Less trees up here. In fact, there it is. It's got to be that. Yeah, it's that one there. Because you have to cross it at time 04. It was only 02 back then. There it is. Physically see it. Got it. Bang. So there's the road, and you can see the actual runway there. In fact, I almost want to come off to have a look at it properly. Sorry, I got my my intersections mixed up. I knew it was a road next to a river. That was a river, but this is the river. And there's the road. And there's the RFDS landing site. Touch and go? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. RFDS time. I don't even know what they call this airfield. Don't think it has a name. It's not on the chart. Traffic North Ring Hill. Whiskey Juliet Bravo is a Cirrus SR22. We're doing a touch and go at the RFDS side at the crossroads. Mixed rich. Let's bring that speed back. And we want to drop down to 1,700. Traffic Crossroads landing site. Whiskey Juliet Bravo is 1,700 on the downwind. Touch and go, runway 32. Extend that downwind and we'll get the white arc. There it is, 100 knots, and we can deploy some flaps at 199, isn't it? There it is. Flaps, approach. Traffic Crossroads landing site. Whiskey Juliet Bravo is base runway 32, touch and go. Don't even know the runway, but I think it's 32. Rest of the flaps. That's the wonderful thing about this simulator, because it's just, you know, satellite-based scenery. They don't even have to physically put the runways in, they're just there. Because it's, you know, part of the satellite image of the Earth. Traffic crossroads landing site, Whiskey Juliet Bravo, final runway 32, touch and go. Get down to our V speed. I believe that's the Garn Railway as well. Everything out here is flat, it's Australia. Tree at the end of the runway. There we are. Flaps to the approach. Knots, flaps up. Was a bit bumpier than I expected, but we got there. Garn Crossroads, Whiskey Juliet Bravo's on the go around, climbing 2,200 direct to Coober Pedy. Thanks, wasn't too bad for a landing that I wasn't planning on.
Coober Pedy traffic, Tango, Kilo, Go, SR22 is 7.5 miles.
A wet piece of spaghetti.
Cruising west at 2,200, we'll be making that dead side approach for 04, Coober Pedy. Okay, the time is past 05 obviously because we stopped at the runway. I reckon less than 10 miles. Zoom that in. Nah, 15 miles still. Cool, there's the 10-mile range, I'll leave it. And we'll just hand fly from here on. And since we're hand flying, no need for that. Picking that power back down to 80%, leading it out the mixture. We're arriving 1-1. We're at 1. We were 1-4, but that was for the touch and go. We've lost about 2 minutes, so it'll be 1-6. Coober Pedy traffic, Whiskey Juliet Bravo's SR22. We are 15 miles to the southwest of the field. 2,200. We'll be joining circuit runway 04, Coober Pedy. Estimate time circuit 16. Coober Pedy traffic. So I don't get any unfortunate surprises. Let's check additional information, local regulations. It's all about parking and aircraft turning nodes. We don't care. It's going to be runway 14. Pop and overhead the field into a left-hand circuit. Overhead flight should be at 2,200. And we sink down to 1,700 for the circuit. One thing I find about this sim is its vertical axis seems to be a little bit too sensitive for my liking. Like the amount of throw that I need to get that to happen is that. Need to change my sensitivities down a bit. Wish we could put proper gradients in like we do with FSUIBC, so it's like the first bit of the yoke does barely anything, and then it gets gradually more and more active as you go back. Yeah, trimming in this sim is harder than P3D. And P3D is harder than real life.
Tango Kilo Golf, F1 DF 1,700, we're making left down approach very shortly.
I believe we've got the runway in sight. Could do a straight in approach if we wanted to, but we'll join on the dead side and do the whole thing. Coober Pedy traffic, Whiskey Juliet Bravo SR22 2200. We are flying towards the dead side of the field. We'll be joining a overhead midfield downwind runway 04 at time 15. Yeah, the dead zones are there, but they're just dead zones, and then it becomes as sensitive as you'd expect as soon as you leave the dead zone. So we need a graduation between dead and live instead of a point. You can do that in P3. Well, you can't do it in P3D, but you can do it in FSUIPC. So it's almost like the further you go into the range, it gets more and more lively as you go. The thing around my microphone is I lost my pop filter. It fell off some point, so I put some, rubber bands on there to hold it together. We're in the dead zone, so it should be okay for now. I'm actually going to climb up to the upper altitude.
Turning left base 04.
Cool. We're there, and we can cross. Coober Pedy traffic, Whiskey Juliet Bravo is 2,200, crossing over the field midfield to join downwind, left downwind, runway 04. Time 15. Indeed, MacGyver. Get old MacGyver and a rubber band to hold your pop filter onto your microphone. Traffic sighted. Went through the middle of the runway. Let's drop our altitude down to 1,700.
Turkey traffic, Tango Kilo Golf, finally runway 04, Coober Pedy.
Coober Pedy traffic, Whiskey Juliet Bravo is downwind of runway 04. Wider than I really wanted it, but we'll get there. Traffic Coober Pedy, Whiskey Juliet Bravo, turning base, left base, runway 04. The SR22 is a part of Microsoft Flight Sim, but I think it only comes with the deluxe version or whatever the upgraded one is. It's one of the reasons I purchased this version instead of the basic one. Coober Pedy traffic, Whiskey Juliet Bravo, turning final, runway 04. Flaps.
Coober traffic, Tango Kilo Golf, Facecam runway 04, taxi the GA.
Rest of the flaps, mixture's rich, brakes are released, undercarriage is fixed, fuel, seats and harnesses are secure. A little bit of crosswind there. Hello new skies, hope you're well. Fortunately you've just come to the end of our little flight here. Because I've got work in like an hour or so. Besides, who comes to Coober Pedy and doesn't stay for a little while? There's underground hotels here. Yeah, big planes. Because I've flared it like 50 feet. Traffic Coober Pedy, Whiskey Juliet Bravo has vacated runway 04. What's in my agenda? You know, don't get sacked. I'm sure it'll be a busy day. Yesterday was pretty interesting. Had a bit of rain over the last few days in Victoria, which tends to break stuff, so we need to send out text to fix it. Parking brake is set. Flaps are up. Avionics off. Shutdown. That's one of our viewers. That's Infinite Flight. He's meant to be in another SR22, but for some reason Microsoft Flight Simulators decided that an SR22 is an A330. Don't know why. But yeah, that A330 is traffic. Other people flying along with us today. G'day, catch you Stephen. We're pretty much done here anyway, so have a good day. Cool, catch ya. Have a good one, Brian. And to everyone else that was watching along, thanks for joining me. It's been interesting to get back into the small planes again. And hopefully we'll get to do this again sometime next week. Till then though, I think we've got a Friday night ops coming up, F&O. I'll probably be doing something for that. And then of course Milk Run is a special Anzac Day Milk Run on the 25th of April. We'll be flying between Australia and New Zealand in the Anzac spirit, Sydney to Auckland, and I'm probably going to use the Aerosoft A330 for that. Anyway, till then, I have been Musical Aviator. Bye for now.